Hello students, this is Nilofermis, your English teacher. Welcome to Silver Bells online teaching. Today in this video, we are going to learn about poem 4, How to Tell Wild Animals, which is written by Caroline Wells. First of all, let us know something about the author. So Caroline Wells, who was born on June 18, 1862. And she died on March 26, 1942. She was a prolific American writer, remembered largely for her popular mysteries, children's book, and humorous verse. Caroline Wells, born June 18, 1862, and she was born in New Jersey. You have to remember this, where she born in New Jersey. This was the introduction to the author. Now let's move to the poem. Name of the poem first of all, let's see how to tell wild animals. Now here how to tell wild animals means how to identify wild animals. There are so many wild animals in the forest we have heard about. But you must be knowing the characteristics of the wild animals. They are having different characteristics which make them different than each other. So to recognize them, that which animal it is, we must be knowing that which characters are there in which animal. So this poem is in a humorous way and even you will like it to hear. See, now we will go towards the first stanza of the poem. First of all, let me tell you that in this poem the poet is telling us about how you will greet the animal and how you will recognize that which animal it is. But I hope you won't be in that situation. See now first stanza. If ever you should go by chance to jungles in the east, and if there should to you advance a large and tawny beast, if he roars at you as you are dying, you will know it is the Asian lion. So in this stanza, the poet suggests us, the poet is telling us, if by chance or if suppose you go to any forest in the east, and if a huge terrible animal comes to you, and if it roars loudly, and if you are dying, obviously if this kind of animal will come in front of you, so it is not going to smile at you. Obviously that animal will attack you and will try to kill you. So that time when this animal roars loudly and you think that you are dying, that time you have to recognize it, that which animal it is. You will come to know that it is an Asian lion. Here the characteristics of it, like large, it means very big. Then other word is used here, tawny. Tawny means an orange brown or yellowish brown color. So if you see that this animal is yellowish brown or orange brown, and other characteristic is shown here of roaring. If he roars, so and this animal you will get in the jungle. So if you get this kind of animal in front of you, that time you have to recognize, you will get to know that it is an Asian lion. See now the second stanza of the poem. Or if sometime when roaming round, a noble wild beast greets you, with black stripes on a yellow ground, just notice if he eats you. This simple rule may help you learn the Bengal tiger to discern. Now suppose, while roaming in the forest, you come across a wild beast. Because the word is used noble. Noble means here majestic. So if this majestic wild animal, wild beast greets you or meet you, and what is the identification of it? It is having black stripes on a yellow body. The ground is written, it means body. Black stripes on a yellow body. While roaming you come across a wild beast that is yellow in color with black stripes. So you must identify, the simple rule is, because it doesn't roar loudly, but you will get to know that it is a Bengal tiger. Let's come on the third stanza. If strolling forth a beast you view, whose hide with spots is peppered, as soon as he has lapped on you, you will know it is the leopard. 'Twill do no good to roar with pain, he will only lap and lap again. Now here the poet is telling us how to identify the leopard. So the first identification character the leopard is having is its spots. See the first line, if strolling forth a beast you view. Here poet is telling us like if you are walking inside the forest, okay, you are walking inside the forest and a beast, an animal you view, you see. What kind of animal? Whose hide with spots is peppered, who's having spots, black spots on its body. So if such an animal leaps on you, then you must be knowing that it is the leopard. So if it is asked that, how is a leopard's skin? So a leopard's skin is covered with many spots. And when does one come to know that it is a leopard? According to the poet, one comes to know that it is a leopard when it jumps on him. Okay, then third one, what is the meaning of it will do no good? Here it will do no good means it is useless. What kind of no use I am telling here? It means when this animal will jump on you and will try to kill you, that time if you are having pain, then if you are crying because of the pain, then also it is useless. That animal is not going to look your eyes which are crying. It will not stop and it will lap and lap, it means jump and jump again. However, you will cry and stop it from jumping, but it will not stop. So you must understand that this animal is a leopard. Now let's go through the next stanza. If when you are walking round your yard, you meet a creature there who hugs you very, very hard, be sure it is a bear. If you have any doubts, I guess, he will give you just one more caress. In this stanza, poet is telling us how to identify a bear. Suppose you are walking round your yard. See now, if you want to see a bear, there isn't any need to go to the jungle. Sometimes this bear came walking towards the human residences. Suppose you can meet this creature in your yard. So suppose you are walking into your yard and you see an animal over there. You have to wait and see whether this animal comes to you and hugs you. It will hug you very tightly. So if this kind of animal comes to you and hugs you, you will understand that it is a bear. And if you are having any doubt, then you have to wait a while. It will hug you one more time. See, he will give you just one more caress. Caress means here lovely touching. So then you will make sure that that is a bear. Let's move towards the next stanza. Though to distinguish beasts of prey, a novice might nonplus, the crocodile you always may tell from the hyena thus. Hyenas come with merry smiles, but if they weep, they are crocodiles. Here the poet is telling us how to differentiate between hyenas and the crocodiles. See now, though to distinguish beasts of prey and novice might nonplus, if you want to identify these beasts who are killing their prey and eating it. A novice. Novice means here inexperienced person or new to the job. So these kind of people might nonplus. Nonplus means here confused, as they don't know how to identify this kind of animals as they look similar. Hyenas come with merry smiles. Whenever you look to the hyenas, these animals are always smiling. Their faces are like that. But when you look to the crocodile, you will feel that crocodiles are always weeping. That's why even the that is proverb is used, crocodiles tears. So hyenas smiles and crocodiles tears. Now let's move to the last stanza. The true chameleon is small, a lizard sort of thing. He hasn't any ears at all and not a single wing. If there is nothing on the tree, 'tis the chameleon you see. So animal is also an animal, chameleon is also an animal, and it looks like a lizard. But it hasn't any ears, and even it doesn't have any kind of wing. So if you see on the tree and you find that nothing is there on the tree, no animal is sitting on the tree, but you must be sure that chameleon must be sitting over there, as chameleon has the ability to change the color of the body according to the surroundings of it. So in the easy words, a chameleon is a garden lizard and is an expert at camouflage. It changes its color as per its surroundings. This ability of camouflage helps it in saving itself from the poachers. A chameleon does not have ears or wings. These are the characteristics of a chameleon. Now let me repeat the features, distinctive features of all the animals once. See, first we talked about the Asian lion. So the Asian lion is a large beast. He is brownish yellow in color. He roars. The sound is terrible to hear. This makes one almost die due to great fear. He is found in the forest in the eastern countries of Asia. That's why he is called the Asian lion. Now, as the characteristics of the leopard we have seen in the poem, so they are: a leopard has black spots all over his skin. He is a great runner. As soon as he sees someone, he leaps onto him at once. Once he attacks, it is quite useless to get away from him. Then we talked about a Bengal tiger. So the Bengal tiger roams freely in the forest. It is noble and majestic in stature. It wears black stripes on its yellow skin. The Bengal tiger attacks its prey very silently. Then what we talked about the bear. So the poet describes the bear in a humorous way. As soon as the bear comes near a human being, he embraces him tightly. It means hugs him tightly. He will fondle him lovingly. That's why it is known as a bear hug. Then, characteristics of a chameleon. A chameleon is a garden lizard and is an expert at camouflage to change the color. And it changes its color as per its surroundings. This ability of him saved itself from the poachers. A chameleon does not have ears or wings. Now, how will you distinguish between a tiger and a leopard? So a tiger has black stripes on its yellow skin. A leopard on the other hand does not have any stripes. It has black spots all over its body. Moreover, a tiger kills only when it is hungry, while a leopard can kill any time. It continuously keeps hunting for its prey. Here the poet creates humor by describing various beasts of prey differently by the use of words and emotions. The Bengal tiger is never noble in his heart. The leopard kills his prey in moments. His crying won't save him. The bear's hug is never loving. The hyena never smiles happily. Thus the poet has depicted the wildlife very vividly and in a lively manner. See, now here glossary is given to understand the words easily. First word tawny. Tawny means yellowish brown in color. Here ground means background. Discern. It means make out or identify. Hide in the poem means animal skin. Peppered means heard. Covered with spots. Here means in this poem. Peppered means covered with spots. Caress means a gentle, loving touch. Novice, someone new to a job. Now here, nonplus, usually only in the passive voice it is used. Then puzzled means confused, surprised. Okay. Now you have learnt about figure of speech also. Tell me which figure of speech is used here. So she describes the lion, the leopard and the bear by the pronoun he, which is used for humans. So if these animals, we are using the words, pronouns at the place of these animals which are not human. So here which figure of speech is there? It is personification. Then in the poem the poet uses alliteration. See, you are dying. Whose hide? When you are walking around your yard. So this year is coming. So it is alliteration. Here we are completing our poem. What you have to do, you have to write down your back exercise in your notebook and you have to learn it. Thank you. Hope you understood it well. If you are having any doubt, you may call me. Stay home, stay safe.